Hi, I'm Yvette. I am an all-round crafty person and this is my first YouTube video. I'm very excited and very nervous to be here and I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm having a good time so far. I mean, I've just filmed for like, what, 15 seconds, so welcome. In this channel, I'm going to share things I'm working on, plans for the future in making and creating. It's mainly at the moment going to be sewing and knitting and crochet, but I do like beading, just general crafts, and I like anything like DIY, whatever else. But today will be a heavy sewing episode with a bit of knitting and a little bit of crochet involved. My format, I'm going to talk about what I did in September and like talking about like what I completed, all my work in progresses, just so you have a bit of a basis. I probably won't do too much of that in the future, but if you just, you know, this is my first episode on here, but if you join me on the Clock app, then you'll see potentially what I've been working on and whatever else for a bit longer. So anyway, so I'm going to talk about stuff I've completed and altered and everything else. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to talk about what I made in September and I'll show some of the things and I'll just talk through every single one. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is the Skyline dress by Sydney Graham. Now, as soon as that pattern was released, I bought it because I was following, I love Sydney Graham's patterns. I've made the ruby vest quite a few times. I have her other pattern, I forgot the name of it, and Sid tie top, that's it. And I saw all the testers making the Skyline dress and putting it on social media and I just like loved it so much. However, I made it and I hated it on me. I put a little video on the Clock app and asked people's opinions on what I should do, and now I'm in the process of unpicking the top bit and I'm just going to make it into a multi-tiered skirt because it's a lot of beautiful white linen fabric I used. It's just not my style, I think, and I got swept up in it because every single person who made it just looked stunning, but it just wasn't me. That was basically it. It wasn't me. So so yeah, I'm currently rehacking that into something else, into just a tiered skirt. Yeah, I feel like September was like dress fails for me. I'm not really a dress person. I just struggle. I'm kind of like an hourglass, but also like an apple shaped. I've had like 2 kids and got a big belly and the proportions are all different post kids. Even if the sizes maybe the same, I don't know. But anyway, I was like, my plan is I want to be a dress person for you know, spring and summer because I'm in Australia and it's warm. So I saw the most beautiful dress called the Brie dress, and that's by Me and the Kiddos pattern, and it just looked so lovely, and everyone who made it, it looked lovely. However, I did not look lovely. I think it was the fabric I used. I think if I made it in like a drapey linen rather than like a really lightweight cotton, it would have been like perfection. I think it would have looked really good. So I will remake it and I'll also make it like a couple of sizes down. I think I picked up a size or 2, I'm not sure. Sometimes patterns, like, you just don't know, and I know that's the reason why you make 12s and things like that. So you make like a little you know, sample, and then if it doesn't work out, you know, you haven't wasted fabric. But I have a limited time and I like to sew a lot, and you're gonna no, you're gonna be like, oh my god, you've made a lot. I'm like, yeah, I have. Anyway, so I made that dress. Too much fabric didn't suit me, and then I saw this gorgeous shirt on Toast, and I love Toast. I love looking at their website, and I was like, oh, the fabric is kind of similar. So I ended up making it into the Anna Allen Anthea blouse, and yeah, I think that's a better use of fabric, and it's, maybe I wouldn't wear it in spring so much. I'd kind of like layer it, but it's very nice, and it's got puff sleeves, and I feel like Anna Green Gables a little bit with her puff sleeves. But yeah, so I'm pretty happy that, yeah, I didn't waste the fabric. I just reused it and made it something else that I knew. Like, I love the And the Anthea blouse, it's like a tongue twister. I know it's a safe pattern for me. It suits me and whatever else, and it worked out well. And I used Interface this time for the binding with this fabric because it is really light and it warps. Like, I have this on and it's warped a bit. I probably need to unpick it, and yeah, I'll probably unpick it, put some Interface, and yeah. Anyway, I was on Instagram and this dress pattern came up. It's the McCalls, what's it, M7969 dress pattern. And like, looking at it, it just doesn't seem like it's right for me. But people who made it, they looked incredible. So I thought, why not? And then I found this at the op shop. I found it for $2 or $1 or something like that, like really cheap. So I just went, you know what? And it was my sizes. So I was like, perfect. All right. So I made it. And I hate it on me. I think it's just like, I don't like low cut stuff. And I know you could like clip it, but it's just, I wore it backwards and it suits me much better. Anyway, I'm going to reuse the fabric and I'm going to reuse it for something I'll be talking about later on. But yeah, it's just like, it was a good pattern. I really learned a lot. I haven't really made any commercial patterns before, so that was like an interesting learning curve. It's not a difficult pattern, but the steps in it I thought was a little bit challenging. I usually go for indie patterns. They're more consistent, and I think I'm like an intermediate sewer. I'm not like beginner, but yeah. Anyway, so didn't do really well with dresses. I am still on the hunt for the perfect dress for me. It's just like, either the dress looks good but it's not my personal style, or the dress just doesn't look good on me, and so that's not good. Here's a skyline dress which I'm like unpicking. So much fabric. I'm like, I have to reuse this fabric. I cannot. I thought this was my silo top, which is up next. I made the silo top. Oh gosh, I should have things ready. And I did complete it completely, but now I'm unpicking the sleeves. Yeah, on Instagram I saw all these people wearing the top, and I just really like the sleeves. And then I was making it and I thought, oh, it's kind of long, and this linen that I have is really thick and it'll be just too hot for summer. So I thought I'll just make it into this like elastic puff sleeve thing. And I hate it. I wish I kept the whole sleeve, and I mean, I just like cut it up and it'd just be a bit awkward to fix. So I am in the process of unpicking it, and then I'm going to use this fabric to make just regular like tee sleeves. The body of it is really nice. This is like, I think like the best fitting top I've made. Like, it's like without having to like change sizes or anything like that, just standard. I made it and it just fits me perfectly. The duts are perfect. Everything just feels really perfect, and I really love this top. So different sleeves. So yeah, I get bored unpicking. I really don't like having to do things again. So I've got like a lot of like half unpicked, and yeah, I usually like unpick it when like my kids are playing outside and I'm outside with them, and I just like bring that, or bring my knitting, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm gonna sew a button, or I'm gonna unpick things while they're running around and having a good time. But yeah, just September is basically a bunch of like anyway, I also made, oh, this is really good. I made the overshirt by the Modern Sewing Co. And still, I haven't sewn on all the buttons yet, but I am very proud of myself. You know, if you like sew a pattern and you're like, I feel like it's made me into like a next level sewer. I think this one was it. So yeah, it's the same fabric. It's made out of a gorgeous red linen gingham that I bought in the beginning of the year. I forgot from who, but they closed down, so you can't get this, I couldn't get this fabric again. And I actually made a bias cut skirt from it, but I was kind of relatively new into making clothes for me, even though I had sewn for a fair while. So like the bias cut you know, I didn't do the, you know, you have to hang clothes if they're on a cut on a bias. And I pulled it on my wardrobe and the hem was just like that. And I was like, oh, that's pretty bad. And I just didn't fit the skirt right. And I wasn't going to get much wear out of it. So I had some left over, made this shirt. I have to like trim the seams and stuff, but look how cool these buttons are. And I didn't put the pockets because I kind of wanted it to be a bit of a shirt. But yeah, I had to learn the burrito method, which is like, you know, rolling up, shoving it in, sewing it, pulling it out. It's pretty good. And placards. Never done placards before, but first time doing it. With this pattern, I think I wouldn't do placards next time. I kind of just want it to sort of end like that. I don't really need the button on the side, but I'm gonna make another one in like all the different linens because I think it'd be really good for spring and summer. And this is just so cool. I actually saw a picture, something similar on it, Pinterest, and I was like, I gotta make it. And then it went to an Etsy site and it was like $200, and I was like, I barely have that fabric and I think I can make it, and I did. So I'm very happy. And I had something left over, so I made this. It's the chamomile cropped by Sarah Kristen. Yeah, I have to look at my notes, Sarah Kristen. And I think I went up a size too much and I needed to put, what do you call it? Interface, that's it. Before I put the bias. I did stay stitches, but no, it's stretched a little bit. So yeah, it's pretty nice. I really, really like this too. I will, however, alter it just a little bit because I'm making stuff that I want to be perfect for my wardrobe. And that's the thing, is learning to sew. It's like you can make clothes fit you better, and that's cool. So yeah, I don't want to settle for whatever. I want to do well. And this one I'm so proud of, and yeah, I just sewed these 2 buttons on this morning, but I had finished this shirt last month, and yeah, I'm just gonna finish it, and then I think I'm gonna be wearing this a lot and then making it in all the colors. Yeah, good and fun and challenging and wonderful pattern. Definitely recommend the overshirt by Modern Sewing Co. Next up is accessories. I made the, oh gosh, I'm dropping it, the DIY Daisy Lumpy door stop. I have a lot of fabric scraps and I needed a door stop and I actually need another one. So I made it out of this red gingham. I'm in a bit of a red gingham phase, aren't I? But yeah, I didn't have much of this fabric left over and enough. It was a good scrap buster, and I still have a lot of scraps I need to make into another one. Yeah, definitely recommend. Really cute. It's really cute. And yeah. Anyway, then I made 2 things by Cool Stitches, and they have like free patterns or donate patterns, like, you know, donate money if you like. And that is the craft case, and it just made this as a bit of like a mock-up to see if it sort of makes my needs like right. And also I want to make the most ultimate crochet hook thingy for my mother-in-law, who is lovely and yeah, makes a lot of stuff. This is like such a good pattern and it's like free. My only qualms with it are that the needles do fall out, so I've like made a mock-up of like one that I want to sew, and it's going to be like another prototype. And yeah, so I've cut it all out, but I have to actually sew it together and see if that works a little bit better than this, but this is like pretty good. I think you'd be better if perhaps like this flap was a bit longer or something like that. Anyway, definitely recommend this pattern if you are a knitter or crocheter. And then I also made, they do, I think it's called the Frankie Project Bag. Oh, here it is. It doesn't look very good. It's just got a lot of wool in it, so that's why. And yeah, I didn't finish it. I got bored. I would try to make it because I was going away, and then a friend surprised me with a bunch of project bags. Like so. Just a friend from TikTok, and she made these beautiful project bags for my knitting. Yeah, and then last sewing was I was fortunate enough to be like a pattern tester for Julia Smythe, Jules Smythe, and she released her first pattern called the Snow Top, and it's like a dress and a top, and it's a kind of a wrap one. Now, I said before that like I don't really like V things, however, this like top was incredible, and so I put my hand up for a pattern testing and I made it. I can't currently show you because my son is napping in the room where it is, but I will try and insert something somewhere. And I made it and I love it, and I will definitely make again. And it's very nice because it's kind of a v-neck, but it's sort of a little bit higher, or you can make it lower, whatever you sort of want, and you can wear something underneath, so it's kind of like a nice like over top, and you can make it into a dress. Definitely recommend that pattern. And she put like a lot of love and thought into the instructions and the pattern and everything, so I think it was a really good one. I think it's a really good beginner friendly pattern too. Yeah, so that's all my sewing. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about knitting and then plans for October. This is going to be a long video. I'm tired talking. Okay, knitting. I started making the step-by-step sweater by, I forgot her name, Florence, she's on here. I've just finished the neck ribbing and was just attaching the collar together, but it kind of looks like, I'm gonna say it looks like a bird nest slash a caramel slice. I'm actually making it with 2 DK weight yarns. This one I got from Facebook Marketplace. I don't remember what the brand is. That's not really helpful at all. And then this one's a Noro yarn. I'll put the details in, but apparently it's getting discontinued, but it looks really cool. And they're both DK weight, but they're really thin. Anyway, so I decided to try and make this jumper. I've never made a jumper before. I'm kind of a beginner knitter, and I started actually making a petite knit no frills pattern because I bought that pattern years ago. I never made it, but found the German short row instructions, they're really confusing, whereas in this pattern, which is free, I found it really easy to follow, so very happy with that. And then I have a petite knit pattern. It's the Sophie scarf. I actually started making it a little while ago. It's like a really quick pattern, but it was like my first tester to get back into knitting. I haven't knitted in years, and I was like, oh, it's a good thing to do when you have little kids around and you can't bring your sewing machine everywhere and stuff. So anyway, so I started making it, but like I didn't pay attention to the counts, and then my little triangle, that's how far I've gone for the next version, was kind of like warped, which is kind of cool because then you could like make like a nice sort of, I don't know, warped scarf. But anyway, yeah, so I ended up like, was it frogging it? I ended up frogging it, and I have this little red flag left, and I'm just going to continue it. And I know we're going into like the warmer months, but I am going to Tassie next month, and my friend who lives there says it's always cold, so you need to bring stuff. So I'm going to make a scarf. And my plan was originally to finish the jumper by then, but I don't think that's going to happen. I don't know. Maybe. You see. As you can see, I have like a lot of work in progresses and stuff I want to fix and everything else. Okay. So next up is going to be what I plan for October. Okay, so these are my plans for October, keeping in mind I'm going away in November to Tasmania. Even though it will be summer then, it will be still cold. I've been to Tassie twice before in summer, and once I saw snow, and I mean I've just needed to always wear a warm jacket and stuff. But we're going for a while, we're staying in an RV, we plan on doing a few hikes, but we have little kids and there's stuff like I definitely want to see. I want to go to Mona, I want to just experience the culture, check out the op shops and yarn stores and fabric stores and all of the things. So if anyone has any recommendations, please let me know, and also visit my really good friend there as well. So keeping that in mind, all my October plans are like plans to make stuff for our trip. First I'd like to make a vest. I love the Ruby vest by Sydney Graham. I've made it twice before. It was a really good, really simple pattern, but I saw this like gorgeous vest by Sarah Johnson on Instagram, and she had this bright, vibrant, like denim blue vest with waves all the way down it, and I thought I could make that with like a blue too. So I started making it today, and I'm just going to show it to you. It'd just be like really handy. So I have made the Ruby vest a few times, but I actually opted to make this quite oversized, and that's my progress so far. I think it's pretty good. And it is reversible, but I'm just going to wear it one-sided because I just couldn't think of what I want on the other side. And I got this fabric for really cheap, and it's really cool. It's got little monsters on it. So yeah, so I'm going to make that vest. So a same vest, very heavily inspired by Sarah Johnson, and I wish I could buy one, but I can't. So yeah, so this shouldn't take me too long. Yeah, I am currently quilting these beautiful waves, and it's really fun to quilt. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna hold this for now. I also wanted to make a couple of jackets for my kids. I have two kids, one is 3 and the other one is 1, and my 1-year-old, he gets very motion sick, and every time we go on a trip we have to pack like so many clothes for him. So I actually want to make him quite a few jackets because I know Tassie's cold and all that stuff, and I think he's gonna chuck a lot because it's a road trip, which sucks, but I think it should be all right because it's like it's a big motorhome, and he's getting better. He's better at the motion sickness, but just in case, I just want to make a couple more, and I have heaps of like quilting, wadding stuff, so I can make him a jacket. So I'm going to be using the Barcelona jacket pattern by Lima Sewing Patterns. It's really cute. It's just a cute kids quilted pattern. So yeah, I'm gonna make that for him, and I'll probably, if I have time, I'll make one for my daughter, but she has lots of jackets already, which is very lucky. I usually I feel bad because like I either like make stuff for my daughter or make it for my son, and then I'm like, oh, I have to make it for the other one, like and yeah, I feel bad because I'm like, well, he actually needs a jacket and my toddler doesn't, but then she'll see it and then she'll be like, I want something, and I'm like, of course you want. Anyway, kids, it's same with like if you go and buy like toys, or you buy or something for one of them and you don't buy for the other, like the guilt. Anyway, so I'm gonna make him a jacket, probably her a jacket, and then my husband, I made him the Elb textile trig shorts. I made it twice, and he loves it, and I'm thinking about trying to make one into a pant version. So I'm gonna make this, I'm gonna make the kids stuff, and I mean, he can buy pants, so it's not as urgent, but I will see if I can make him a pair. It's a really good pattern. I really like it. Next up, I did mention that, yeah, I had made this case, and I've currently cut out and made like a prototype pattern for like a different case, like my most ultimate one. Like knitting case. So I am gonna sew that up. It's gonna be for my trip. I'm not gonna take any sewing projects, but I might take quilting stuff. So I just need a good case for my needles and crochet hooks and all that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna do that. Oh, I forgot to mention that I started crocheting a bag. Anyway, I'll show you. I won't show that. I can't be bothered. Oh no, I'll show it. One sec. Okay. I just did this yesterday. It's not very good. It's just a single crochet stitch thing. I don't know how to crochet. I'm a lefty, and I tried to learn like once 10 years ago, and an instructor told me that can I just learn right-handed because everyone else in the class is right-handed. I'm like, no. Anyway, I wanted to make a tote bag. I watched a video on YouTube, couldn't find it again, the same one, but I kind of vaguely got the idea, and my mother-in-law is like a good crocheter, so I've asked her, and she told me, yes, this is what you need to do. I'm like, okay, I'll do it. So yeah, I'm making that back. Okay, back to it. Yeah, so I'm making that knitting case, and if it's any good and you're keen, I'm gonna make it into like a pattern, not to buy, just as a gift. Maybe it's like a Christmas gift or something like that, but yeah, if you like it, I'll do that. And I'm gonna make some more project bags, so very similar to what my friend had made me, just with scrap fabric. I do plan on taking knitting and crochet stuff with me away, and yeah, I want them to have them. I want lots of projects. Like, I'm gonna take this with me. I am definitely gonna, the bag will probably be finished by then. The scarf should be finished by then too. Maybe I'll have enough bags. I want to make bags, so I'm going to make some. And then my notes have gone. Oh, yeah. Last but not least, I'm going to be making lots of like pencil case kind of zip opener things for when we're away. They're just kind of like really handy and really easy. I found that we've done like an RV trip when I was pregnant with my son and with my daughter, and I didn't have like really good organization stuff, and we're using the same RV, so I know what we can use and what, you know, space and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna make a bunch of handy dandy stuff to take traveling, and I have heaps of scraps, so it will work out quite well. And then yeah, so they're kind of like the essential things I'm going to be making in October. And for funsies, if I have time, I've just bought today the Elb Textiles Gibbons dress. It's like a beautiful bias cut dress. I think it'll look really nice. And I was thinking with, let me show you the fabric. So if I have enough fabric, I'm going to make like this beautiful, yeah, the bias cut dress in this beautiful tartan. As like a good layering piece under t-shirts and stuff. I also have this beautiful fabric. I don't know what to use it for, but I just love it. It's like linen and beautiful dots. I got from Draper's. These are both from Draper's fabric. So, and then I also want to make kind of like a pinafore dress. I do have a style art pattern called the Jude Sheath dress, I think it's called. I haven't made it, but I remember buying it like a while ago, even before I was like into sewing clothes for myself. Yeah, so I'm gonna make that dress, I think, in like a kind of like a denim. And another funsies one is I've made it before. It's a pattern by Hubbarding. It's called the Penelope top, and it is like my favorite thing I've ever made. It is got these beautiful ruffles. It's just fun. It's whimsical. And I'm thinking I'd like to make it in a gingham. I think it would look really fun and a bit clownish, and I'm kind of into gingham at the moment. So I was thinking that this I could make for a jacket for my son. But now I'm thinking like perhaps I could make that top with this fabric. Maybe it's not enough because it's kind of awkward shape. I'm not sure. But I can definitely make it for my son. I have heaps of different fabrics, but I thought this would be fun on one side. Oh, and I thrifted an amazing fabric that I thought would be good. I can't find it. It's got American Sign Language on it, and I just thought it was really cool and fun and playful. So that's about it. So thank you for watching, if you have been watching. It was long, and I don't apologize. That's why I'm doing this on YouTube, because I was doing kind of things like this on Clock app, what's it called, TikTok, that's it. And it's just long, and talking through projects and stuff like that is, yeah, it's long. But yeah, anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you have made it this far, I hope you continue to watch, so please like and subscribe. I don't That'd be nice. That'd be nice if you could do that, but please don't feel obligated to do that either. And I will do another video probably next week. We'll see. Some of this stuff's gonna be educational too, or I might do sew alongs too, and craft alongs and other alongs. So it's not gonna be just me ranting about stuff I'm making. It's gonna be a bit of that. It's gonna be a lot of that. Okay.